Good afternoon, my friend. How are you?
Hey, thanks, so. Thanks for having
Good.
us.
Good to see you. I know we are living in the same city. We haven't met for long. I'm gonna see you
Yeah,
soon for a coffee.
sure.
Right, Wanko. Make just a quick introduction of yourself, and then you can
Mhm.
start your pitch, share your screen, and introduce your tool.
Perfect. So, well, I'm Juan. I'm the founder of the Hotels Network, and we are a tech company focusing on the direct channel, helping hotels grow directly when they are selling directly to the end user. For this audience, pretty obvious where the value is. And we just came into the benchmarking space. So I'm going to talk to you about Bench Direct, which is our new, from this year, product that focuses on the direct channel. Let me share my screen now.
Here we are.
Okay, perfect. So what is Bench Direct? Quite self-explanatory. It's a benchmarking tool for the direct channel. And what we offer here is the first benchmarking product that looks at direct. And the idea is that hotels learn from each other. The name of our company is the Hotels Network. That's always been in our DNA. This is what we always want to build. It's an interactive platform where you can check your metrics against the market, the competition across a wide set of metrics. And then you can find insights that are actionable, that you can do something with to improve your performance. So just to understand how is this different from anything you may have seen before. In traditional benchmarking, you are looking at a photo of the final result. You know how many rooms have been sold at which prices. What we want to do is that for the direct channel in particular, we offered you a video of how that happened. Because we think in terms of the funnel, what happens of the users that can visit your brand.com site, what they do along the way, and they see if they end up booking or not. So it's not a static measure. It's every step in the funnel for everyone that visits your direct channel. This is very relevant because confirmed bookings are, let's say, 2%, because in any e-commerce, and hotels are that, 90%, 98% of people don't book. So if you look at benchmarking based on bookings only, you have a tiny slice of your visitors. We will cover everyone, the visitors, the searchers, people who are actually interacting and searching your booking engine, and then the actual bookers who make a reservation. So the range of the coverage of the data you are looking at is much larger than traditional benchmarking, only for the particular slice of direct. And then a key idea, and I think you guys have mentioned some ideas along these lines before, is that traditionally, benchmarking comes from competition. You want tactical information on your direct competitors, and the goal is try to beat them. But we don't come from that perspective. We come from a learning paradigm. What you want is both tactical and strategic data on as many hotels as possible that you can learn from. When you are thinking about learning, not competing, then the world is wide open and there's a million things you can do. And that will be reflected in our own approach to what a concept is that I will go into in a minute. So the core thing is you can learn from everyone, not only from the 4 or 5 hotels around your property. So again, as a summary, difference between bench direct and traditional benchmarking. For example, for bookings, typically it would be based on occupancy only, people who book. But we cover the funnel. Who books, who visits the website, who searches in the booking engine, and everything they do in that process. Or they don't do. For rates, typically it would be based on confirmed reservations, ADR. But we look at ADR, but also at rates, at OTA rates, at disparities, and again, for everyone, not only for bookers, but also for everyone who searches in your direct site. And then typically in traditional benchmarking, you have very little data on guests. But we, since people are coming to the website, know a lot about them. You can analyze guests who actually stay and users who browse the website by device, by country, by source, how they made it to the website, how many they are in a travel party, and many others. So it doesn't cover every single channel, it's just direct. But within direct, it goes much, much deeper than you are used to. And our data is quite unique and quite wide. We launched this year. We're already on 10,000 hotels and growing pretty quickly. And then what you get, I'm going to show you the actual product because nothing is better than an image. But first, the reflection about the competitive sets. Again, we are going against the idea that for you, a competitive set is fixed and it's 5, 6, 7 hotels around you. So we, by default, or you come into the product, you already get 3. Your brand, because as you guys were saying, comparing against yourself in the past and everyone else in your group is really useful. Against the destination, and destination would be defined as hotels with the same category in the area around you. This is the one that is more similar to the classical case. And then our network. So if we take the destination and we remove the idea of location and category, and then we look at hotels that are similar to yours because the direct sales are similar, not because the hotel itself is similar, then we give you another concept. And you can compare to people who are to hotels that are selling at about the same rates you are, about the same volume you are, with a hotel that is about as large as yours. So you get out of the box 3 different concepts. And now I'm going to show you the actual product. I'm going to switch to share my other screen.
Very interesting. Got it.
Okay. Okay, perfect. Okay, so quickly, how do you look at this? Everything is interactive, by the way, because nowadays this is how things work. So if you look first on the left here, these are the metrics. This is everything that we are tracking. The first section is about the booking funnel. So you look at conversion metrics, revenue, bookings, future demand, booking window, length of stay. So this is everything that happens in the booking funnel in your direct website. Second section would be rates, your own prices, and disparities versus OTAs. And finally, visitor profile, who is coming. And if you look at the product itself, what you get here is every line is a concept. First one is you. This peaceful garden will be your fake demo hotel. This is your brand, destination, and network. The first line, the full one, is your metric for this period, and the other one is your previous period. And you can change it here. We're looking now at the last 30 days compared to the previous 30 days. You get a chart with an average. You get a more detailed chart, a box plot, where you can see the same information in a different format, more detailed. You get everything over time too. So you get multiple charts for the same thing. And then every metric has sub-metrics. Conversion, you have the visitor. This is total conversion. You can split it in steps in the funnel. You can look at visitor to booking engine to booking, same information. And then you can drill down really specifically to look with the filters. So you can filter all of the information by stay dates. So it's not only when people came to the website, but when people want to stay at your property. You can filter by country, by device, mobile, desktop, by source, how they came to the website, direct, social media, meta search, by travel party, how many they were, it's a solo, a couple, family, or by hotel type, depending on the type that you are. And you can combine any of those for the final drill down on a specific metric. You know, to just go quickly, what else you can see? You can see revenue, for example. If you look at revenue, then you start with average booking value, but you have revenue per visitor to the booking engine, ADR, and again, everyone has different charts, and charts not only on fixed, but also a long time. Every metric has the ideal charts. If you look at disparities, for example, versus OTAs, then you come here and you say, okay, this is the amount. So on average, you are getting 15% when the OTA is undercutting you. That's by 15%, a bit higher than everyone else. And you have a huge frequency. In this case, pretty much a disaster. This hotel would have 53% of the cases in which someone comes to your website, your price is not the best price. And then you can check specifically which OTAs are the ones that are undercutting you. And then if you go to users, same thing. You are here analyzing by device. So this, for example, is visitors who come to the website. Are they using desktop, mobile, or tablet? And you can compare. For example, you are pretty similar to the destination, but comparing to other hotels within the network, your share of mobile is much smaller. And again, you can go for every metric with similar charts. Where are the people coming from? In this case, mainly Germany. Compared to the destination, you have more international ones. They're the ones there, et cetera, et cetera. So basically, the idea is that you have a really super powerful to drill down on every metric, and we add, let's say, some intelligence to it. So we give you some scores so you can track exactly where you are doing that well and where the opportunities are, so that you can actually execute the strategies to improve. And I will stop here, and then we can go into the questions. There's obviously much more to say, but as an intro.
Amazing, Juanco. Really, you come up always with genius idea, especially in this period during the COVID, where we all noticed that the number of bookings has increased directly for several reasons. I don't want to jump in this reason, but now that the direct channel is becoming more and more important, having a tool like yours is very crucial. Right. So, what's your opinion, guys? So, let's get some hard question for Juanco. Let's start with Federica, Scott, or Chris.
I'm happy to have a very basic question to get started. First of all, this is amazing. I love it. I absolutely love it. Being a data nerd myself, how do you get the data from the hotels? What do the hotels need to do to provide you with the data?
So we get the data because we add an analytics element to the website. So we add a line of code like you would do with Google Analytics, and that's it. We can collect all the information we need from that system because we have a data model in our backend that understands what is happening in the hotel. And it doesn't matter which technology you're using. It doesn't matter if you have your own booking engine, you build your own website, you bought it from a provider. In every case, we can capture that information ourselves.
So basically, the hotel is ready in a couple of minutes and it's ready to go.
Correct. The time, if you go to Google Tag Manager, the time it takes you to add the tag there.
Fantastic. Fantastic. I have another question, but if anybody else wants to jump in.
Well, go ahead. I have one, but go ahead, Chris. Go ahead.
So we had a discussion just now about how complex it has become to define a new comp set or the different comp sets. How can people use your tool to come up with an answer to that question?
So 2 steps there. This thing that I just showed you is what we launched this year. So let's call this iteration 1 of our product. In this one, we wanted to simplify the work for the hotel as much as possible. So we give you everything already. What we did is we built an algorithm that tried to guess which are those concepts for you. And we look at everything that is going on, all the metrics that are happening, so that you don't have to think. We give you that already. The second iteration is where we give you 2 things. One is the ability to define yourself to create a custom concept. So you go to the more traditional approach where you pick this one specifically or the number you want. And also we add another layer of machine learning to understand user behavior, because the way our core focus in the company is the user. So I think what makes that a bit different within the tech space for hotels is that we always think from the user's perspective. So a comp set is what the user decides it is. So a hotel doesn't have can never have a perfect comp set because the comp set is dynamic for every user. So what we are adding is a layer of machine learning to do that, so that the comp set for every user that visits this website would be a bit different. And that's the thing we're working on that we are going to launch later this year.
Amazing. Thank you.
1 more minute, Scott.
So, first of all, Juanco, great to see you. I have to fully disclose I'm a fan of your products. So, but I love this product. But what the part that is most intriguing to me is the really innovative part, which is how you leverage your network to create that non-geographic. That really, I mean, we've talked about a lot of competitive sets, but that one is defined in a very unique way. And so I'm curious, explain a little bit more. I think I understand, but for everyone else, how it comes together. But then what are the unique insights you get from it? Because it seems like you're actually monitoring, you're really looking at something completely different when you take away effectively, you're not looking at marketing anymore when you talk about market share, because you're not dealing with that part of it. So it's kind of really interesting opportunity to provide you insights. And tell us about that. Correct.
The way to think about it for me is, so there's 2 things that are obviously very important: having the best rates, let's say the ideal rates, and gaining market share, because that's what you say your business. But however, if you are the e-commerce digital operator of the hotel, you need to make your website better. And gaining market share is the goal, is not the process. So you need to understand in the process what are the things you need to do in order to get market share. And you can learn to operate better your website from anywhere in the world, not only from the hotels around you. So hotels that have a similar situation in the sense that they have a same price level, similar price level, they have a similar size, the number of rooms is similar, they are doing things, and those are the ones that you have to benchmark yourself against. Because if they, for some reason, they have better conversion rates, or the average, the length of stay is better than yours, there must be a reason, and you can study that reason. And then the other thing that is fundamental here is that to go from analytics to action. What we saw is pure analytics. You become smarter. Okay, and then what? Well, what we are having is a section within the product that uses math to analyze this for you. And the output of this is, we discovered that for French families coming in summer, your market share, your fair share is 20% below the other ones. That opportunity, if you just become as good as the others, not even better, just as good as the others, you will make 3.5% more revenue. And the system can generate all possible combinations of this and then give you the top 10. So those are the ones that the revenue team, the e-commerce team has to focus on.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you, Juanco. Brilliant. So really looking forward, guys, to how can people get in touch with you and use this tool? Is this tool free of use?
Well, that's a good point, and so I love this question. Let me share my screen for a second. This tool is free, and it's free forever. It's not free trial. It's actually free.
I love it.
Because for two reasons. Because we really believe in the idea of the network for learning, and the way we make money here is because we have other things that we want you to work for. So you can get this for free and just get all of the insights. And then if you want an additional set of tools, and then if you want to go personalize your website and act on those learnings, then you can get other products from us. But if you want, you just go to our website and you can sign up. We'll be in touch to set it up as quickly as possible.
Perfect. Cool. Right. I really wish you get a lot of subscription today.
I am already.
Yeah, great.
Yeah. So I left place to my colleagues. I have read and I really recommend it. It's a great tool. Also, because we talked about to benchmark segment by segment, so the direct channel is very important.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Juanco. See you at the next.
You're welcome.
See you soon.
My pleasure.
Bye, my friend.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Ciao.